It was before I moved to Manchester, actually. Sort of like 4 years ago. I'd finished my degree in Liverpool, my writing degree, and I wanted to go somewhere that had more opportunities, more creative outlets, more peers of contemporaries, that kind of thing. And the Green Room had a poetry night on, open mic thing, and I went along, and that was the beginning of it, really. I just, everybody was just so kind of embracing immediately, it's just a good place to do that kind of thing, experiment, I guess.
I was first introduced to Green Room by an artist called Jason Minsky, who was doing a residency there. It was probably about 3-4 years ago. You could sort of obviously tell that it was a welcoming space, and as soon as I sort of stepped foot in there, it was relaxed, it was enjoyable, and it was somewhere that I knew there was creative, exciting things happening. We sort of started up a relationship between Blank Media and Green Room probably about 2 years ago. We put together a sort of proposal for an exhibition to take place at the venue. And that was our first show, so it was called Seeing and Being Seen. It really sort of grew from there, and I think they were sort of really pleased with what we'd done, and we obviously sort of loved working in the venue and working with the people. And they invited us to sort of take over, or lead the exhibitions programme for 2 years.
At the end of last year, when we did the Blank Weekend, and we wanted to do some live performance on the streets of Manchester, kind of incidental stuff, and we, I went to John and Tamsin, and they just opened up completely. They were like, "This is what you need to do. These are the people that you need to speak to. This is the guy at GMP. These are the problems that you're going to face. Here's a template risk assessment. Here, it provided us with all the information.
It was a really amazing conversation, and I think our notepad was just full of stuff that we'd learned from half an hour.
Yeah, literally just half an hour of.
That they'd just given away everything that they knew to try and help us with what we were sort of
complete generosity of that.
It's amazing. It's given me goose pimples now, actually.
Oh, it's a good job I've got
just the warmth of that place. It's a family, it's a home, it's a place where anyone and everyone can go to and get something out of it, whatever background they come from. From like the bar staff to box office to directors to whatever level the staff are at, they learn your name, they care about who is actually going into the space and really sort of engage with everyone, and that just makes me feel really comfortable.
It's so rare to find a group of people like that in a place like that, It's just an essential part of the cultural landscape, like through a kind of organic meeting of minds, in a sense, all these people just on the same mission.
The first exhibition that we did there was really special because that was the start of, I suppose, the relationship as we've built it up to now, and getting to know these people, and really about how accessible and how helpful they are, really, and I think giving us the chance to really work with such an established venue.
Yeah, that's really important.
We at the time we'd still not got that much experience, but they sort of went out on a limb and said, "Yeah, go for it." They sort of trusted in us, and they sort of, I suppose, saw in us what we could do, and that I'll never forget, and it means a lot.
Getting to know them has been a real pleasure.
For me, I suppose recently the two Ronnies
Yeah, that was great.
was amazing. It was funny. It was well choreographed. It was intelligent. It was thought provoking.
It had a real arc,
Yeah.
didn't it? And it's the kind of thing that you just would not see anywhere else. Two women, both kind of dancers, I think, and just doing a really kind of varied routine of using different things, and in that massive kind of performance space as well. Just having these two talented artists just given the kind of run of it. It's a unique
Sort of
thing.
tell everyone was so interested,
Mm.
and that's another sort of key thing about Green Room. I think that all their audiences engage,
Yeah.
and I think they've built up this sort of reputation that everything that they do is worth seeing and
Mhm.
worth engaging with, and the people who sort of follow Green Room and support them and everything over the years they've become this place to sort of go and see
Stuff that
thought-provoking, sometimes risky, sometimes very different work.
or it's like an artist's kind of stepping stone to the next level of notoriety or the next level of experience within their work. It's like saw them there first kind of thing, isn't it? I think that's always been the way for them. That place where you as an artist, or you as a group, or as a punter, or as you can go, and it's like an open forum in a way where you can go and show your work at whatever kind of stage you're at, and it will be seen for the merit of it, giving artists that opportunity to go out there and test work, but also because that kind of sounds like it's unfinished. It's not it's not just about that, is it? But the support, I think, for early career artists, that's absolutely where it's at, I think.
The last performance event that we went to, the piece that was in the workspace, two students from MMU, I think it was, given that opportunity to show their new performance in front of all these engaged audiences.
People actually being turned away from the door,
And to give that opportunity is thoughtful. It's everything that should happen and needs to happen.
Nurturing as well, I think, isn't it? Just natural level of nurture that goes on there.
Personally, really sort of bittered. It's sort of hit me quite hard. It's a sad time. The decision's been made. Sadly, I don't think there's much that can sort of be done about that. So I think now we've got to sort of get to the point where we all appreciate everything that Green Room have done for us. Show all the staff how much we sort of care and sort of thank them for what they've done, to make sure that their work keeps going and the artists that they've supported keep having that sort of platform and those opportunities. So I think us as an organisation and a lot of other organisations have to be responsible for that, because Green Room have done so much. They can't disappear.
No. And I guess for all of us that are going to feel that loss, or who've already been having conversations with lots of different people that have done things at the Green Room and that have regular slots there, almost doing their thing, and it's really the general feeling seems to be that we need to now stick together and look at the hole that it's going to leave and respect that and appreciate it, but also kind of take it as you know, a call to arms almost, you know, to kind of say it's a travesty, but the mission remains, you know, the platform still needs to be there.
And I think knowing the staff at Green Room and knowing what they want to leave out, I know Garfield sort of talked about the legacy to me, and it's just an integral thing to happen, and Green Room must still exist in some
I
form.
know, however that takes. I mean, I can't believe we're sat here talking about legacy.
Yes.
Whatever we can, I think, is the starting point for that. Letting them know that we're here, I guess, and you know, we're lucky enough to have this building, and whatever we can do to sort of help them through their kind of sort of transition, I guess, really, of, you know, being in that family home, to that being kind of the carpets being ripped away from them.
I don't think we can ever even replace Green Room.
No, never.
Green Room, a special organisation, and I wouldn't even want to try and do that.
No.
I think we just need to be available for
Mhm.
people, and if they want to come to us, we'll do our very best to make sure that we give as much support as we can, and we do what we always do. And
Yeah.
the whole country's going through the same thing. It's not just Manchester. Everything is being affected by cuts. This is the time where people have to sort of stand up,
Yeah.
be counted, and then we sort of react and we respond. And it's shown over history how artists and artist groups have responded and reacted to some of the most difficult times in history, and this is a difficult time, and I think
Completely highlighted by the fact that the Green Room is going to be no more, or, you know, something as established as that to be taken away. You know, you have to believe in the people as well as the institutions, and take it as a red rag, in a sense.
people are always going to be creative.
No matter how much you kick them.
No one's ever going to sort of stop that creativity. They may have less money, but that doesn't matter. It's all about being creative and doing what you do and sort of trusting in what you do.
It's a great loss. Felt it really personally, so I can't even imagine how it must be for them. I hope, you know, that they can come through it as people, you know, and find their way in the arts again, you know.
It is really difficult to put into words. A real sort of privilege that we've been involved in a tiny bit of their history and their legacy. We've made friends with them, and that is, it's something that can never be lost. We both know how amazing the staff are at Green Room, and we're sure that they'll be doing fantastic stuff again. And do just go for it, Green Room. People, believe in what you do and don't give up.